And we've been reporting about that staggering number of refugees who have fled Ukraine, 1 million so far. It is a rapidly growing humanitarian crisis in Europe.
Well, one extraordinary group of American volunteers is leading its own evacuation operation in Ukraine. It's called Project Dynamo, a privately run organization largely made up of current and former U.S. military, and it's rescued more than 60 people from Ukraine so far. Thousands more, though, are requesting help. Joining
us now is Project Dynamo co-founder Bryan Stern. Bryan, good morning to have you with us. We're glad to check in again with your organization. You're now in the middle of your 6th rescue mission, which you've named after the Apollo mission. So tell us, what are you seeing there on the ground, and how has it changed over the last week?
Well, first, I'm proud to report that we've concluded our 6th rescue operation since you guys got the data. We're just short, I think, of 100 people that we've gotten out so far. We may actually be over 100. I'm just not tracking it. What we're seeing on the ground is, this is an open war zone. We are in conflict here. Like any other conflict, it's dangerous. It's scary. Innocent people are stuck in the middle of it. The soldiers on each side are fighting and doing what they need to do for their interests, but the civilians are kind of caught in the middle of it. And that's what we're trying to help.
Now, there are a lot of civilians who are requesting help from you. Your organization says around 2,000 people have requested evacuation just through your website. I understand they're American citizens, but also people from the UK, Nigeria, Afghanistan, France, elsewhere. Tell us exactly how this is working. Tell us about the logistical challenges you're facing. I mean, we're just seeing these images of terror, of convoys on roads, of obviously what's happening in these cities. How is this working that you're able to get people out, so many people? And in fact, I understand even some of them with special needs. How are you doing this and keeping people safe?
It's hard. Project Dynamo was formed in the shadows or in the middle of the evacuation of Afghanistan and Kabul. So we have a lot of lessons learned. We've been at this. I didn't think we'd be at it. I never really thought that we'd be at it this long, but we have been, and we have some really good tactics, techniques, and procedures that ensure, to the greatest extent possible, safety. Just as a point of clarification, again, the data changes constantly. We're driving steadily toward 9,000 requests. So very quickly, we're busy. We're doing operations. We're running a gun, and we're doing what we need to do. So the logistics chain to do these things is fundamentally different than Afghanistan. I can't use aircraft. There's a lot of differences and things that I can't do, but there's other things that I can do. As an example, the neighboring countries of Ukraine have been, those borders are open, and they've been overwhelmingly generous. I was in Romania yesterday, and the Ukrainian border folks and the Romanian border folks are doing the best they can with a truly overwhelming situation. And the U.S. State Department is they're definitely in it to win it. So I'm happy to report that while it is a terrible situation, and it is hard, and it's long and frustrating, and all the things that go into a crisis, I'm very happy to report that everyone is definitely rowing in the same direction. That's for sure.
Clearly a fluid situation. 9,000 requests, around 100 people rescued so far. You're inspiring a lot of people with this message. People who are watching this right now might be wondering, how can they help?
Yeah, the two things that we need is, number one, if you do need help, if you are in need of assistance from us in Ukraine, please go to our website, projectdynamo.org, and there's a form there. There's a button. You click the form. If you don't do that, we can't find you. And if we can't find you, I can't pull you out. So please, the Russian government likes to play cyber games and stuff and turn off email and communication and cell phones. The other thing is please donate. Please donate. We're donor funded. Every dollar helps. Every dollar that you give goes to saving a life. None of us are paid. I'm a volunteer. Please donate.
All right, Bryan, thank you for the update. Thank you for everything you're doing. We'll continue to check in with you. Appreciate it.
What you're doing is amazing. Seeing those selfies of people smiling as you're rescuing them from a situation like this is just really so powerful. Bryan, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.